Whoops. Oh. Alright.
Yo.
What's going on?
Why did you ping me, dick?
I assumed you were just gonna join.
Dude,
Plus, I already
set
set your shit up.
What's your prediction?
I don't know. I'm gonna go in the vote. I actually have Avidity printed on the thing I did, so might have to use that.
My voice is gone. LCS McCullough, Raiden, Never Rise.
Parker,
What?
dude, you should do the Tanuki game.
I
There's
was-
3 people doing this game.
Someone else is doing the Tuki unit.
Dude, who's Joker's Ransom? No flame. No flame.
Well, no one
flame,
was.
no
When I
flame.
signed up for this game, no one was doing it either. So just saying.
Bro, I would do it, but I don't have my like
He was doing this.
casting stuff.
No, I mean, I can't really swap now, but
That's true. Whatever, bro. Broke my heart. Alright. We'll be tuning in. Fun.
all right.
Alright. Whatever that was about. they always gotta do the shit we want to do?
What?
Why they always gotta do the shit we want to do?
No one did. This is the one I wanted to do.
I said, why do other people gotta do the shit that we want to do?
This is the one I want to do.
Motherfucker, are you retarded?
Oh, Matt's typing in my chat. Huh. All right, ready, Freddy?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. Oh, welcome back, everybody, to the Ghost Stream. It's been a little bit. It's been what, Saturday, Sunday. So I guess it's been 2 days. But we're back. Released power rankings this morning. Think a lot
Mm-hmm.
changed. A lot going on everywhere. But we have a good game tonight. We have Amplify versus Avidity, joined once again by Amigo. What's going on? He's a little
Hello,
sick
hello.
today, so he's dying, but he'll power through. And honestly, I think we have a really good game. I think there were two kind of massive games in Masters today: Elite Artemis versus Tanuki, and Amplify versus Avidity. So hopped on this one pretty early. I think you ended up hopping on it late as well. Yeah, it's whatever. I don't really care. We're just gonna enjoy this one and stream it. So, do the X Oblivione game. That is going to end in potentially 5 seconds. I'm not gonna lie. But this is a good one. We have Avidity and Anomaly. Avidity is a really strong team. It's the core from last season of team. I'm trying to remember the name of. Wow, who picked them up? Who picked them up last season? Anomaly. Yeah, core of Anomaly, the exact same team, just rebranded to Avidity now. So you think it should be a really strong team. But they're really struggling. They're 3-3 right now on the season. Not a great start, but so much talent
Yeah.
across this roster, you have to imagine they can kind of come into any game.
No, definitely is a bit unexpected, right? But I mean, granted, the losses I don't think have been necessarily like losses that you can get like overly like you're just really falling under what you need to do. But it is obviously something that you're not very happy about and that you really want to get yourself back into play with. I mean, the losses are what? To Tanuki, Nightmare, and then a very close map five with Artemis, right? So very hard foughts, but I think like this is like you know what you can do, right? Take the losses off and see what you can do next. I think especially this game playing against Amplify will be a very important one for them.
Yeah, for sure. Amplify is a team that is start off really strong. They have a win against Nightmare, a loss to Extinction, I believe. So, really strong team. 7-1 right now. I don't really know, but they're going to be a really tough opponent for Avidity tonight. But it's going to be a big clash of styles. This Amplify team. They love to play the Malga. They love to play double flex DPS, Reaper, Vendetta, stuff like that. Let's take a look at the team
Right.
right now. Axe, Makoto, Marcus, Temp is on hit scan. They kind of just swap everyone in whenever they feel like it, but Temp usually comes into play. The Cat Bastion, Bungachuko on the Cat, Fern, Bungachuko backline as well. Rounding this whole thing off. Really strong roster, promoted from Expert 2 seasons ago, and just kind of continuing to roll.
No, definitely, and it's very impressive to see how they found their stride, right? So obviously, when it comes to tonight, I think Avidity winning would be a bit more of a quote unquote
Oh,
upset, but like when you see the talent, I don't think you'd be surprised to see a win coming from either side.
1 second. Why are you saying I'm muted? I'm not even muted. I'm fucking mad, bro. Anyways, let's take a look at the second team once again, Avidity. We kind of talked about this roster a little bit already, but you got Pella, Noxious, McChicken, Graveyard, Regime, and this team has 2 subs, but I don't think they're ever going to play. I think they're just there in case someone can't show up. And this is a really stacked team. I mean, this is a team that everyone has a lot of high expectations for. There's a lot of really strong players on this team that have always been at the top of Masters and maybe are in a little bit of unfamiliar territory now that they find themselves 50 at a .500 win rate halfway through the season almost at this point. I mean, they've only played 6 games, but definitely not where they want to be, missing out on some big wins. And honestly, they haven't looked super great as well regardless. I'm not going to lie to you.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a match bet for the night?
I do have a match spread for tonight. I already submitted my preds for the week, so I'll stand by the one I made with Dexatron. I'm taking Avidity in this matchup despite the struggles. I think they're going to have a good game plan for Amplify. We're going to probably see some Cat Bastion mirrors across a lot of these maps, but I still like Avidity to win. I'm going to take Avidity here to knock off Amplify.
Honestly, that's probably the scoreline I'd also go myself. You know, I love seeing a bit of an upset, but since you've done that, just to make it a bit entertaining for the night, I will go Amplify in a 3-2. But I do strongly believe that there's a map 5 potential for both sides here. And as we said, even though Avidity's kind of had like not the most optimal start to the season, it's not about how you start the season, it's about how you finish it, right? So a lot to do still. That being said, Amplify has decided to start us off with a map 1 of Ilios and first ban of Mauga.
Yeah, I think Amalgamate makes a lot of sense. You're playing against Axe. He is literally Mr. Malga. He LARPs as Malga. And
I mean, you just gotta respect. You just gotta like the Mauga LARP is what you need. If you ain't LARPing your character, you're not doing it right. Trust me. I don't know what the sources are on that one, but trust me, they exist, they matter, and they're here. We
yeah,
don't. We haven't seen too many Elioses recently though, so I'm very curious to see how that's going to be tonight. I assume kind of a bit of like some stuff we always see. I think Cat Bash will be a very prevalent thing, especially for this map here. Do you think we see like a Mizuki cast play from one side, maybe,
I don't
or
know. I don't
maybe a
really know what
ban?
to expect. I'm waiting to see what the second ban is here from Amplify. I think they have a lot of ways they can get out of this one. I honestly think you might take away the Cat Bastion on this map just because you don't
Mm.
have your Malga available and make them play something else because they usually flex to the Zarya um, whenever the Malga is banned. So I think a good adjustment here would be to get rid of Bastion and kind of play something more standard and straight up. You can play your Zar Vendetta perfectly fine when Cat Bastion is kind of banned away. So that's kind of the direction I would go. I just, you never really know.
No, definitely. I'm just trying to take a look here.
Avidity almost 100% wants to play ball, by the way. Like a million, trillion, billion% Pella wants to
I
play
mean, you see
ball.
the talent that they have. Why would you not want to? You know, I mean, you get Pella in there with a good mix. I mean, yeah, the more you think about it, like you have the Mauga out here. I mean, there isn't too much of comp wise. Like maybe you don't want to play into a Seg on a specific map or something like that. But with Palo and Bot, I don't think it matters. Like we've seen how consistent the uptime is and how consistent it is of disrupting the other teams, right? So a lot to love with the Infinity on that matchup there. Do you have a player to watch tonight, or maybe a matchup to see? Like, are there like a
I want to watch fucking oh my god. I want to watch the Flex DPS duel it out. I want to watch McChicken versus Makoto and Marcus all night long. Marcus kind of building a name for himself on this Amplify team. McChicken is already one of my favorite players. And I think he's gonna play the Tracer. Marcus is gonna be on the Reaper. Makoto gonna be on the Vendetta, and we're gonna see who kind of comes out of that absolute
right?
slop.
That's probably the best way you can consider it, right? I'm still excited to see players like Bunker Chunko. You know, I mean, we've casted a lot, haven't seen the
True,
progression too
Punkachunko,
beautiful on
my
that
king.
part.
Oh my
That is the
god.
king right there. I think also seeing players, especially like that backline graveyard regime is very, very interesting for me as well. But also Bunker Chunko Fern could be quite fun. I think I'm very curious to see how the tank match will go between Pella and Act. I think that will also decide about how a lot of these teams and maps are played. Because you consider them like what their peak characters are, it's quite different. You know, Axe likes playing the Mauga. Pella on their peak might be an argument that it would be the ball, you know. Two very different play styles, right? You have to see which team can adapt better to really get the upper hand when all is said and done.
I actually think we're gonna see a lot of like rock paper scissors where if Axe is on Malga, Pella plays Sigma, and then Axe swaps Zarya, and then Pella swaps
Mm,
to whatever, and then eventually we'll land on a mirror. We could just land on a Malga mirror, to be honest with you. That could be what we end up on by the end of the night. Just depending on how these teams want to play, but we're still waiting to get into the lobby. 20 seconds left on lineup
trust
finalization.
me, I'd rather Amalgamir than a lot of other things in this world.
Uh, I'm I'm not a big fan.
Not a big fan, but I'm a lot less of a fan of a lot of other things that I think you know exactly what they are.
Uh, I actually don't know what you're talking about at all.
Yes, you do, bro. Yes, you do. Czar Vendetta, hated that shit. Cat bashing, as prevalent as it is, I think it's just evil to have. But also, we have another band coming in. It's gonna be Anna.
Taken away
Didn't
by Amplify.
okay? So it was a video band Malga and Amplify the band on. That makes sense. Yeah, not really the most expected one of the night, if you know what I mean.
I
But
agree. I'm very much questioning this one. I don't really know. I mean, getting
I
rid
think
of
it's
Graveyard's Ana, I mean, it's something, but I don't know. I think it's gonna have diminishing returns on this map.
maybe you're just trying to play like like as you know, like kind of a quote unquote long run of like trying to save. Maybe they believe the Graveyard Honor is that much of a threat, or like they want to save that Mizzou ban or something like that for later down the line.
Yeah, maybe potentially. I mean, I just don't really know where they're going for here. I I didn't even know if Avidity was gonna play Ana. I mean, I think they're maybe setting for ball, so Ana would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I'm just like kind of confused. I don't know.
You can kind of
I
still
think
play
it's an
carry.
okay
Like, you don't get
ban.
nade triggers. That's all it is. Like, you
I'm just
can't get
curious to see if
nade.
they're playing Cat Bastion or not, and like what Axe is playing, if they are, because Axe basically always been on um, Malga and Zarya like 100% of the time I watch him. So if he's off that, I mean, I don't really know what to expect. Marcus is in, Makoto's not in, so it's not Zarvin. It could be Zar Reaper, Cat Bastion, but like I don't know. Like seems kind of strange. I'm not gonna lie.
Kind of seems like if like that's type of comp, like you just have to, like the hard like get the best possible pathing possible to point and then work off of that. You know what I mean? Make it really hard for like all those pellet gauges to really get as much value as you'd like. But it's a bit easier to say that in theory than it is to do in execution. So things to keep an eye on. Is that axe on the hazard though?
Axe hovering
You
the
know, I
hazard could be devious here as we wait to get these lineups in. Bans are in. Simpling teams for now. And we'll get right into this one finally after all this waiting. Also, I just saw Joker's Ransom canceled his cast of Tanuki Artemis, so like that game literally has 0 coverage right now.
oops.
I was on this game early, just saying, just throwing it out there. Lagerlith was requested, but I didn't know who Lagerlith was, so I just requested it anyway. I was like, who the fuck? I didn't know what was going on. But we're getting into this one. And Axe is on a hog.
There is some unknown ethics to this. I promise you it works somehow, some way on this planet.
It is going to be Cat Bastion from Temp and Bunkachunko, so not super unexpected. Pella on the ball, Noxious on the Bastion, Regime on the Cat. McChicken no longer the Bastion player, it seems, for the Avidity, a Cat Bastion. So we'll see how this one goes, and we'll see.
But we'll be having that Xion on one side here. I'm very curious to see how the interaction works between having the Xion or having the Reaper on the other. And it will be Axe Hog. We've seen
Axe
this.
is playing Hog. I mean, hey, Ana is banned, so I mean, lots of counterplay missing. But this is a weird one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Just because it's weird doesn't mean it's impossible here. I mean, look at Pella really taking a lot of space in the back and never catch myself for that here. You look inside of Amplify, they're definitely trying to control this right now as early as possible.
Yeah, Pella kind of setting up from behind
Oh
is
my God,
Noxious able to take out Timp in the air, winning the Bastion duel early in Avidity. Need to find a way to capitalize on this advantage as Noxious just putting
Marcus
damage into
dead as well,
Axe.
should be
Graveyard
it, man.
finds Marcus, and it looks like Avidity find this first point cap early on it.
Can't be too greedy though, because those hooks definitely get one of your team away. Granted, if Pella tanks it, you're not that concerned about it, but definitely be careful though. They're gonna continue to get hooked out on the kite a bit more than they like to be. McChicken quite low though. Will be okay.
Yeah, McChicken takes a lot of damage, and Noxious gonna get pulled up into the air. 4 missing from Tim. Noxious gonna go in with his own turn.
Noxious, by the way, ult charge is ridiculous now on the back. He's building to it so quickly as well. Tempt that as well. Pella really winning on that split.
Yeah, Pella finds the kill while Marcus finds the
dead.
trade on a McChicken. 4v4 breaking out. Bastion coming out from Noxious, looking for the Curie.
Looks like Noxious is caught out there.
Is able to survive. His point still in Avidity's favor. Yeah, Noxious gone in this team fight, but this is just such a slow-baked team fight as Marcus finds a second. Cat Bastion dead now.
Get the capture. Like, it's already 50%. They still have ultimates if they really want to delay this out. Especially on the side of Pella with that mind.
Yeah, Fern is a Cure Rush. If Amplify need to invest into this, McChicken touches for a second, but it has to get off. And it looks like Pella leaving to Amplify. Finally find the flip. Ults coming online for both teams. Noxious already used the Bastion ult. It's going to be 9 ults available for the rest of the lobby.
Quite messy here. Definitely curious to see how these Kitsunes happen on both sides, and maybe the value that is potential to overbunker chunks of cap you can do if the fight gets a bit too messy. Suzu gone from here. This room is a bit deathfall. It seems like not.
Oh my God, fucking Shunko gone. McChicken Shield ult gonna clean up 3. 3 for the Shield. Marcus the last alive for Amplify. Avidity, quick flip here. Amplify looking for answers, but literally everything was used that fight besides the cattle and I guess technically the Bastion ult. For Avidity, not gonna have a lot left, whereas Amplify held on to quite a few ults, both DPS ults and the Hog ult. Lots of ways into this one. We'll see how they want to attack it, and Marcus needs to find a way to get value with the Blossom.
I mean, keep an eye on Amplify though. They might want to try to go early here.
Oh my God, Noxious is dead. Ooh, what a sick of a regime. Axe though gets traded. Marcus Blossom cleans up 2. And a 4v2 in Amplify's favor is just Pella and Graveyard left. Probably just going to reset and get out here. Graveyard isn't going to.
And he gets another one as well. Marcus going absolutely mute for this fight. Shouts out to the Reaper, really getting the value needed there. Obviously, turning out taking a bit early, but still seems like there's a bit of hope for Avidity. Really sealing that up with the Blossom is very nice, and you'll still have yourself an artillery as well as a Hollow. Things
Yeah,
to keep an
Regime
eye on,
has
though.
the cat
Regime
nap.
is
It could
close here.
find Axe. If Axe uses hook,
That well
Axe
as
is
well.
going into the
Ooh.
well. 100% as Regime is starting to pull Noxious around. Avidity, they have to set up kind of carefully here.
But yeah, but also look at like the point percentage here. Like it's still quite clear besides Avidity. Unless this fight takes that long, we can see like another one before Amplify even gets.
Yeah, and Pella's gonna get hooked
God.
and immediately annihilated. Avidity gonna have to go
Dead?
back to the drawing board and try and take a reset here as Noxious getting wheeled around by Regime,
And
trying
this
to
is a
stay
random
up.
pick here. I assume the next fight will be happening around the same time that Avidity themselves. It's probably like an 85 or 80% ult fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, an Axe coming on the cat. Gotta be careful with the hog, but Noxious able to stay up for now.
But now it's really hard to retake. I think it's really after this Noxious is not too good.
Infern is
be
so
very
low,
sketchy,
gets
but wait a
pooped
minute.
out. And Hook misses from Axe once again. Graveyard though really, really low, trying to stay up. Marcus absolute havoc in the back line. And Avidity playing for this Curie Rush. Fern almost has their own, but it's gonna be Pella dying to the Hoggled of Axe.
Into the hole. Oh, Hulk was a bit wide there. Noxious on the
Graveyard
lane.
gonna have a Curie Rush here. Noxious getting the effects of the rush has such an improved fire rate. Fern gonna mirror it onto the point. And someone has to continue the touch for Avidity. Pella able to get one touch, and Noxious going into the air, looking for a turn, but McChicken's gone.
McChicken pick is so massive there, especially with the shield hold.
Able to stay up as well, and it looks like Amplify gonna be able to secure this first point of Ilios here. Scrappy, but nonetheless they get it done. Take an early lead on Avidity's map pick.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, like, I first may have been a bit dubious of the hog, but we've seen it play, then we've seen why it can be successful, right? I think also the big thing was 2 fights, the perfect win condition for them being able to just like, explode the ball really, really worked out, you know? 2 fights, I guess, in a way, wasn't really planned for the side of Avidity, but really good comeback and really good ways to win. Also, another player I was very impressed on from that map is especially Marcus on the Reaper here. Always able to find like perfect pressure and perfect lanes to contest that every time. Very impressed on that. I think also another thing Marcus was good at was really forcing the backline, especially inside of Graveyard. It's a very uncomfortable spot with not getting the kill straight out.
No, yeah, I think a lot of things were great that map from Amplify. Great way to get back into it as well from an early Avidity lead.
And I think this point here for the side of Amplify can also still be very, very scary for how the comp wants to play. Avidity trying to take this early point space, though, seeing how he can tap before he wins this when Amplify gets set.
Yeah, and Axe gonna take some damage from the high ground. I mean, this hog just commands so much presence. Noxious has to be careful. Marcus just kind of lurking on the back high ground as well as Pella needs to find a way to get active here and set up on the ball.
Might try to get point cap or something, then draw them, but that's kind of scary. It's a bit risky. I mean, yeah, look at the side up front, protecting that already here. Pella going a bit low, nothing crucial, but oh my god, that turf form will be scary.
Yeah, but Graveyard's already gone. Axe though gets traded. 4v4 on the point, and Pella's starting to spin around as Bunkin is going to fall. Timp finds a trade onto Regime. Fern trying to keep everyone healthy here. It's just Marcus, Timp, and Fern alive. And Avidity need to find a way to find follow-up. Really struggling so far. Pella cannot stay in very long. Yeah, and Axe is here. Noxious is dead.
Noxious is dead?
Timp
is getting buoyed in the corner.
Able to stay up, very, very healthy. And Avidity have just missed out on a big opportunity to capitalize on an advantage. I mean, really tough one here. Spella looking for Fern, but all the kills are just in Amplify's favor in this ball. Not able to do enough as Amplify. First team fight found and lots more percentage being capped as well.
And you have to consider other things as well, not only how these fights have gone being in favor of Amplify, but look at Fern's Kitsune. That's going to matter so much. The only ones that are really close on the side of Avidity will be Pella with that ball, but you have to consider how effective it's going to be. Marcus going very low. If Lives might be promising here. Minefield is
Noxious is just already dead. Big boot from Pella. Gonna try and find this Kiriko, but Tim is gonna get pulled out of the mines. Bastion really, really low as Marcus
dead though.
Does fall on Pella. Holy cow, ball tag of the century. Able to stay up for now as Tim's Bastion comes out on the point. Doesn't find anything. Graveyard really, really low, poking from a distance. And Amplify just continuing to kind of hold strong here, forcing the point.
And Avidity doesn't seem to fight to an opportunity to this comp here. I mean, especially not having your minds on that really sucks for you.
Yeah, first Curie Rush gonna help secure this as Regime and McChicken die. And Amplify, man, just an iron hold over the point. They will not let this one go.
And we're down to 80% here. I mean, this next fight has to be massive. I mean, and look at the side of Amplify. They're gonna walk up. They're gonna try to fight a bit earlier here. Obviously, you have to be cautious about Pella taking control and bringing everyone back, which will be the case. But yeah, the Kitsune and Shion all three.
Avidity, I mean, they have tons of ults to play with here. Chicken has a Shion ult, Graveyard. The carry rush as the cat ult comes out. Chunko pulls Pella off the map. Graveyard using the carry rush, but Noxious is already gone. McChicken looking for value, but it's all Amplify in the kill feed. Only Regime left to do the impossible. And Amplify really, really quick 2-0 here on Ilios to take a 1-0 lead in the series.
I mean, especially convincing point two, right? Shout out to the side of Amplify. I think, especially for the side of Avidity, like for what they want to do, they just really could not get it going on this map here. I think, especially though from the side of Pella, doing a lot of job like trying to delay and like disturb this background. But you just really need to have like a consistent amount of focus power to kill one of those targets. Because so many times someone got low, but not enough focus to really get it done. It's also just very hard for the side of Avidity to do that with as much CC as much as usually blow up to in that comp.
No, yeah, I think Avidity just really, really hard time securing kills. Like, they forced cooldowns out, but it felt like when they went to kind of walk in and do something, there wasn't all 5 people were not there. It was like sometimes just Pella, sometimes just Noxious.
Sometimes just mistaken. Like, you need everyone.
Yeah, and they really needed to be more unified in their effort to secure some of these kills. Because there's so many low targets. I mean, Pella was kind of doing a lot on the ball. Just not enough follow-up in Avidity. They're going to get a second map pick here, and they're going to take us to Dorado, and they're going to ban Jetpack Cat from Chunko. Poor Chunko.
I mean, I respect that. I mean, it was not fun playing into that comp, especially even if you focus on one side, you have another lane without Cat Bash to really worry about. And you go to Dorado, right? I think a map that is pretty comfortable for the characters that they want to play all in all. No Ana ban if that's an angle you really want to consider as well. Good ban. I mean, Jetpack Cat obviously a very, very prevalent character and can really change on how teams want to play their game. So getting this ban out now, though, I think like at the very least, getting yourself a map win here is quite crucial. Because you're putting some of your chips out on the table right now. But what do you think the counter ban is? A ball ban potentially? I think Pella can still go play to Winston or things like that.
Yeah, I don't think a ball ban is going to be super good here, just because Pella does have a versatile enough hero pool to get things done anywhere on a lot of other characters. So I would hit the DPS line for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
I would potentially take away Tracer. I would take away Shion or a hit scan or something here. I think McChicken's either Tracer or Shion. And Noxious, I mean, probably like Sojourn if I were to guess. I mean,
but I feel
don't
like
really
hit scan, like it's like you can get rid of the Sojourn, but like there's still kind of some other things. I think an underrated pick, low key, not a phenomenal thing or anything like that. But I think Freya is also kind of good in the right situations. I don't think it's as bad as it once was. Obviously, Emre isn't as impressive as once, but I think like even if you do ban the Sojourn, I think Hits can still have a lot of other options. We've seen Ash be something that's very classic too. I think the Tracer ban could really, really pop out here.
The thing is, if Axe is going to force Malga this map, I mean, a Sojourn ban could be really, really strong just because Malga, I mean, gives so much rail charge.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a if Axe is playing Malga specifically, sure. I think if it's anything else though, that level like the difference isn't as big as it is in that comp specifically. I mean, who knows? Axe sticking the Malga would not be a bad thing, especially if Pella wants to keep playing the same types of tanks. I mean, Malga's a pretty good option, and I mean, it's a good identity of the team. Do you think they still keep Marcus in, or do we see a Makoto pick in? I think Marcus played very, very well last map as well. I mean, might not need to change things.
I think Marcus can stay in. I think the Reaper caused a lot of issues, a lot of fits, at least for
It's Diva.
Avidity. And yeah, Diva gonna get taken away by Amplify. I mean, I don't know if Pella was gonna play it, but it makes a little bit of sense, I guess.
I guess it's not bad because the character is just good, but like, I don't think the Diva ban is like as new and game changing of how it would be if it is the cat or anything like that we might have preferred to. Very good to see. We've also seen Sigs a lot in this defense. I don't know if either side's going to do that. I don't know if that's in their identity. Axe going to.
I'm almost 100% sure Axe is going to be on Malga this map. I would be very surprised to not see an Axe Malga this map. TLDR is basically what I'm getting at.
I do still expect to see a Tracer here, especially from the side of McChicken. And it is the side of Avidity. Oh no, Amplify on defense, correct?
It is Amplify on defense first. You are correct. And we're getting into this one. Noxious is on the Soj. Axe going over to the Malga.
Pella on the Orisa too.
Tip walking out on Emre as well. Interesting picks all around. Pella, I mean, I think Avidity know 100% Axe is playing Malga this map. They just need to figure out what they want to play against it.
McChicken obviously going to try to get that greedy first shot on Widow there, trying to catch anyone with
what's on the
action.
docket?
We'll see how
Winning,
it
I
works.
hope.
Chunko obviously going over to the Mizuki, never a bad pick, especially if there is a dive character going on. But for the side of Pella, I mean, let's talk about it a bit, I guess. Arisa, very, very interesting character. We've seen a lot more of Arisa getting played, even on the these dives as well.
What is this pylon?
Reaper Smash.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty
Oh my
aggressive
God.
comp. For the side of Avidity here, I mean, Arisa, Sojourn, Wuyang going to be pretty good as McChicken goes over to the Reaper as well. Uh-oh. Axe going to have his hands full of this map, and Pella really just has to force the point. I don't think Amplify really have a way to touch this. And it looks like they're perfectly fine just kind of forfeiting
Yeah, they're
all
not
this
touching it. I
space.
think they're just playing for the next corner. You can't really play for this because it's not very favorable to you, other than getting a bit of your cheeky stuff on. Like, if you want to play for this corner here, it gets it a lot harder for the side of Ability.
Noxious is
But
dead
a pick
somehow.
like that, I was gonna say that I think the hit scan trade, as we talked about, is a lot better for the side of Avidity, but Axe has to stay very safe, especially with the amount of spam that Regime can also put into this.
Yeah, Axe able to stay up here. Noxious, big mistake to
The
die.
play to consider, especially if Axe can live, is gonna give a lot of healing up for the side of Fern. With look at that 66. Oh no, but it's
Yeah, this time Pella finds first blood.
Pella.
Marcus gone. Tim getting forced out on the low ground, but Pella playing pretty slow here, able to stay
out
up.
as well.
And Avidity remain
Who's
as
gonna
5.
pick
They
Matt
need to
with
find
this, no?
follow-up here. Stagger kills would be big, but Regime's dead. Chunko, big trade on the Mizuki. Pella starting to walk back towards the back line. Noxious gone as well.
Bunka, oh my god, getting
And Chunko just cleaning house on the Mizuki. 3 for the lad, and it's just Pella left getting staggered out here.
I'll give it a shot.
And going to eventually
Bunka
fall.
having absolutely clutch moments and really, really helping turn the tides of that fight on the Mizuki. I think that's one of my favorite things to see out of all the new characters, though, is having a Mizuki that's a bit cheeky and like while like the turns getting taken from the side of Avidity, you have Bunka on the back just putting constant pressure, really catching out whoever's playing a good
Yeah, Regime just starting to poke from here, and ult starting to
This
come online
fight,
for
though,
both
is gonna be
teams.
messy.
Kirish available at the start for both. Tim coming up on an Emery ult. Lots of ults for both teams to use.
Regime's gonna have a bubble as well.
Just need to find a way to lair him.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Bunka,
Regime's already
Chunko.
gone. McChicken, though, finds a round to Marcus. So 4v4. And lots of ults getting used. McChicken finds a second. This Reaper starting to cook, but maybe a little overheat with the ult here. Not able to find anything. And a 3v3 starting to break out here. And Tim just doing way too much damage with that Emery ult. Gonna start cleaning everyone up. As there's really just Graveyard left. Able to get out and healed by Regime. And Avidity need to take another team fight. They used 3 ults. 3 came out from Amplify as well. They have Cage Blossom for a fight win here. Pella going over to the ball. Noxious really needs to come up on this overclock. It's honestly coming up kind of slow into a Malga comp.
No, definitely. But I think also like it is a bit unfortunate because using your ultimates I think was a lot more crucial to the win condition. Where as opposed to side, but like the fight they still use a lot, but they still have a cage blocking, which is a very important second for these map comps. You know what I mean? Let's look a bit to the wall there, but I think also going over to the ball is not back inside.
And McChicken gets this wing bubble as
Marcus
Marcus really low and falls.
Dead.
Tim trades Noxious, but Bunkachuko's
Bunkachuko
gone.
as well.
And it looks like Avidity may be starting to finally break through here as it's just the Emre and the Malga left for Amplify. Looking for a trade on a Regime. And someone needs to help Regime, bro. Yo.
Son.
And Axe may be able to trade Pella as well. He's going from bad to worse for Amplify. No way Amplify win this. I mean, for Avidity, no way Amplify win this fight. Michigan eventually trades Axe. And Timp dead as well. 2 for the Tracer player. Needs
It
care
can live here.
from Graveyard,
Oh my
but able
God,
to
the
stay up for
Duke.
now. Pella should be back. But Avidity, this should have been a 1 fight, but somehow it's close. Marcus
It
getting
gets for a
grouped
second,
in.
but can they at least seal it?
It does
Marcus
die
and
with the
Marcus.
Reaper ult. Fern really low as well as Axe is going to get a touch here. Fern's really low. Timp going to
Timp
die
dead.
here. It's Noxious using the overclock. Just going to throw it all into Axe. McChicken does get
McChicken
traded by
dies.
Fern. Chunko though, just
Bunkachuko
so
dead.
low. So Axe is dead as well. And eventually Avidity get this one over the line. But man, it does not look clean at all from a team that we know.
Amplify really takes out a lot from them to get this win, and I mean, like, it's phenomenal, right? I think it was a very interesting change of tempo, you know what I mean? From the side of a video, it looked like they weren't going to win, then have themselves a phenomenal setup with Pella on the ball. get all the picks they need. But then a cage and also that trade onto Regime really sucks. I think Regime also going over to Lucio might just work well for the comp. I think I like a lot. I think I like a lot more right now with the side of Avidity is doing, playing a lot more to their couplets, and as well as how
And Pella's starting to get involved in the backline here as Amplify looks like they just want to go to the point. McChicken is going to get pre-fighted by Tim, so Avidity probably going to have to find a way to wait on their Tracer here. Stimp is going to start to get spotted out a little bit. Marcus is forced out as well, so things happening of the side of Avidity as Graveyard throws the Curie Rush into this one. And Pella, good night. Chained and burned through the Curie Rush of Fern. Timp, though, gets traded 4v4. Avidity have all the space on the high ground right now, but Amplify just kind of sitting on the cart, refusing to let this get pushed at all. And Avidity need to find a way to find a kill here and crack this hold entirely open from Amplify.
Look at how sneaky up the center is from the side of Amplify, though. Making it really hard to get around the corner here. But see the pressure on the got a bit, and Mines run out as well. Why didn't even do the circle?
Yeah, Pella not able to find anything with the mines. Pulls from McChicken, goes wide as well as Noxious is dead. Avidity do find the trade as Graveyard falls 4v3 into Amplify's favor, breaking out. Regime has the beat, and they're going to beat into this. Fern really low, starting to get collapsed on. McChicken read on the teleport, by the way. Able to find the kill, but Regime is gone. McChicken, you cannot trade here. It's Graveyard coming back on the Ana, going to heal up the Tracer. Anti also really strong against the Mauga.
We'll be able to at least force out a siege, but we'll have no longer under your own. But it gets so sketchy. I mean, it's 28 seconds, and there's things like Sanctuary inside of Buckley here. You're gonna have a cage with Blossom. Like, you have no ult coming up other than Noxious. OC has to be generation there.
Yeah, Noxious is just getting hard shot at early. The Sojourn going to fall here as Marcus Reaper ult doesn't find anything, trying to stay alive, and will be able to as Regime gets cleaned up. McChicken recall forced, and Pella just not a lot of health to work with. His Axis caged, and Tim's Emery ult should be able to end this one. And Avidity, man, gonna get held out on the second point here. Chicken trying to stall. Regime back, but I mean, it's all in vain. Amplify looking too clean on these first two maps so far, but still work to do on the attacking side of the map. Avidity still a chance at potentially getting a full hold here.
Yeah, isn't necessarily what you want to have. I don't know. I think that's very curious for the side of the video right now. It's a bit of an odd situation. You know, you go to your map, you get yourself the jetpack cap ban out. And it just feels like it's so hard to dislodge the space that Amplify really wants to have. You know what I mean? It's like, obviously Overwatch is an objective-based game, and sometimes, like, especially the setup that, like, how to say it, that, like, Amplify had on that last corner there, where, like, you just hide it right under the second floor. It was so tricky, and, you know, it felt like there was just not sufficient answers to that position that they had, you know? They couldn't get enough space around the map or enough time to, like, really get the pick that they need or really, like, force them out of it, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And Pella's going to go over to the Sigma now. I think this is a really strong pick. I think this should be a hard defense to break, but Avidity, they just cannot give them anything. And I really want to see Noxious starting to activate a little bit. He struggled so much on these first two maps so far. And I know such a talented player needs to come online to find a win against a team like Amplify. They are playing pretty hard to take him out of the game, but he just has to find some way to adjust here on the fly. And
I mean, that's the thing. It's like they play the container or something, but like you need to find that thing that really activates you. You know what I mean? Makes it so that you're less of them just trying to isolate you, but you're more of a threat regardless of how much pressure they put. You know what I mean? Like if they try to go for you, at least get yourself a trade. And has not been happening super seriously so far. But Pel's going over to say I think it's a smart pick, right? It's definitely now less of like playing for their own sound, playing to answer this comp that's coming out from the side of Amplify.
Yeah, and Amplify TP up, and everyone is dead. Regime already gone here. Pella getting absolutely chewed through his temp, going over to the Symmetra, and seems like anything Avidity tries to do, Amplify have the answers. As Axe just cleaning up 3 in this team fight on the Mauga.
Amplify. I didn't have a running thought about it, not like overly like not seeing a bunch or anything like that, but like I was curious about like seeing like obviously the sim come out to try to give an answer to this Sig comp, you know? Like, why deal with the poke when you can just kind of play around it and go with honestly the rest of the team? But we need some sort of, I need to see like some sort of answer from the side of Avidity, which they can definitely do. They haven't found anything before. They just have to get it done here. And I mean, the side of Amplify really is not showing the sign of stopping.
Yeah, Tim's
but
gone.
apparently that graveyard on the Ana has been so scary so far for difference there.
Yeah, Temp gone here.
But I
Bandage
think at this
created.
point,
This Axe
Axe
is going
dead.
to die
Oh my
as well.
god.
This card is awfully close to getting pushed in, but there is a touch for Avidity. The Regime is going to trade. Fern finds a trade onto the Wu Yang, but everyone's kind of already gone for Amplify. A fight win one finally for Avidity, and they need to start building ults quickly. Both teams kind of sluggish at these first little few ults. Fern coming up on a Kirish, Graveyard coming up on a Nano as well.
The rest isn't too
And a
close.
big nade. Gonna find
well.
Bucket Chunko. This Lucio's so low. So is the Kiriko. So is the Sim. But somehow
Nothing's
Noxious is
dead,
the one who
Marquise.
falls. Temp is
But
gonna
Temp
get
dead
traded
as well.
here.
If they can help Hella,
Trying to stay
Heat is
up.
good too, and this is a really good answer here. Makes it a lot harder for the side of Axe to do what they want to. Where
Yeah,
LCDs are prepped.
Looks like Avidity are gonna win this fight.
Stomp
Fern's
is
investing
great,
the Curie Rush though.
What a shield.
Nano on Tapella. Trying to secure this one, but Sig just trying to get chewed through here by Axe, and this Malga delivers a pulse bomb to fucking Chunko! No way! That's a report button. That's a report
Parcel
right there.
on
I'm
the
not
way.
gonna
And
lie. That's
yeah, but
Amazon
like Axe
Direct
gotta
right
run.
there, bro. Holy cow.
Same day shipping, just that prime delivery. That's the service you really expect from Amazon. Don't know if they do it all the time. Axe very low, and now the side of Amplify. I mean, Avidity. If they keep playing like this, they're really finding their groove. Graveyard also being magnanimous on the side of the Honda there.
That was a good previous team fight. McChicken gets the wing gold here. Looking for
Bubbles
more,
but
gets crunched by Axe and killed
Axe
somehow.
does not miss the stomp though.
Kind of a no you moment for the Tracer. Wing bubble will lead to
Noxious
nothing.
will have an OC. Hell will have a fuzz as well. Closest ultimates here will be Axe's cage as well.
And Temp going to go back to the TP,
Oh,
avoids the
doesn't get
flux, and
anything.
Regime is gone. Noxious using the overclock here, trying to find a way to win
We
this
get the
fight. And
point.
Marcus is going to get traded, and someone has to touch. Looks like McChicken going to get the first tap here. There is no second touch for Avidity. Pella does die anyway. 2 for Bunkachunko on the Lucio. Graveyard
Nate is good.
just going to die on the point here. Does Amplify get to play second? 3 minutes, 30 seconds to work with, quite a lot of time, and they only have to get this one about halfway through.
Chicken on the far. Good answer into everything but the mount. Go back to
Yeah,
this
Avidity
possible.
have
I think
zero
it's so
ults, by the
dodgy
way.
though because you can't really take a very favorable fight here. Because look at where Cart is. You're gonna have to put that same space that Amplify did, and I don't really know if you do that job better than this.
Amplify have like basically every ultimate kit. So I think this one could be at a close here. They're just gonna force a fight on the point.
we've seen
Tim's gonna start
crazier.
things off
We've
with
seen
the
crazier.
sim wall. Regime
And
dead.
Regime
Marcus
dead, but
does
so
get
is Marcus.
traded though. The 4v4,
And this is
but
kind of a
ult's still
tricky corner for
available.
the side of
And
Pella, but the
Pella
sim beam.
absolutely chewed through here. And it's all Amplify so far in this series. Avidity, they need to find a way to stop the bleeding, but they will not be able to. And another dominant 2-1 win on Dorado for Amplify.
It has not been Avidity's game so far, but it's been all Amplifies. You have to consider, I mean, they went to a map that was good for them. They took a ban that they felt was comfortable. But if you get that, I mean, also Bunkachunko with the absolute heroes in this fight here. You know, lots of left on the side of Amplify. They're always willing to see if they can fight long and see if they can win in any capacity. And look at that, right? Ugh, that's going to be quick for sure.
Can you move your mic closer to your mouth?
Hello?
Okay.
My bad. I am
you're
a
good.
bit quiet because I'm sick, but I think this should be a bit better.
Yeah,
I need to see some fuck it wee ball answer from the side of Avidity. That's the best way to put it, honestly.
Yeah, Avidity really
You
struggling
desperately
here.
need to win.
They're gonna get their final
They're getting
map pick
themselves
of
a
the
Numbani.
series. Yeah, and they're gonna take us to Numbani, so Escort Hybrid getting picked here. And Amplify, their best modes are kind of on the back end of this push and Flashpoint, so
Definitely.
we'll see.
But I think also, like, this is especially if you're a team that, like, really wants to be good. You're going to face a situation like this where you're playing, like, down 2-0. And it's about how does your mental really fare? You know what I mean? Like, have you learned enough to get yourself, like, have you learned enough to not only activate yourself, but also how you're supposed to play against this team? That's yet to be figured out, I think. I think it is possible though for the side of Avidity. I mean, like, talent, like, the capability of whether or not the players can do it, that's no question. It's just about getting it done.
100%. It's just an execution issue right now. Not something I'm used to seeing with this Avidity core. And I kind of don't know what to think about it, but Amplify, I mean, they're playing really, really well. The Curie ban is out from Avidity as well, so Fern does have to swap off that character this map. But honestly, a lot of the really, really big bans have kind of already been used already. Cat Bastion back on the table.
It has, but I do like the ban because you get to really lean into Graveyard's like skill tree with that Ana. I mean, regardless of whether they lost or not, Graveyard was absolutely disgusting on that character last map, and I think them leaning to that's something that I like a lot. But more than anything, I think the best way for me to put it is that like Amplify has had a consistent ability to hold and take their space, and Avidity I feel like has been really struggling to find how to answer that. You know,
Yeah, I just Avidity. I feel like they're just way out of their comfort zone here. Amplify looks like they've prepped the series really, really well as well.
like you're the Sig, we'll go the same TP around and go on the rest of your team and just make it work. I also feel like there was too many unfortunate trades for the side of Avidity last map. They got traded in too many situations where they really, really shouldn't have. Like even when they're on their attack, should have been a one fight. Like should have won that fight instead. It came two and had to use ultimates. You know,
Yeah, just kind of a tough one.
more series left to play. And also, quick question: I don't think I have the information right now, but how is that Tanuki extinction game going?
It's a Tanuki Artemis, by the way. Just saying.
Tanuki
And
Artemis.
I
Oh, my
believe
apologies.
Tanuki is up 1-0, but Artemis did full cap on circuit, so
There you go.
we'll see what happens.
Also, I just found out about something new. We're getting a Mauga Mythic skin. Oh,
Really? Axe is fucking.
I was gonna say coming to an axe near us. Holy shit. Skin looks all right. Not the greatest thing, but I'll take a tank mythic. We almost get nothing on that roll. Lol.
Yeah, we never get anything on tank, do we?
No, we don't.
But hey, let's take a look at these other matches. Lots of action going along across all divisions today, and I actually clicked out of the wrong match room. Oops. We'll go back to. Okay, well, fuck that. Guess we're gonna just stick around and do this. Exo are up at 1-0 on Mouse 5. I mean, it makes sense. In the middle of map 2 right now. In Expert, see if there's anything crazy going on. Let's eat 2-0 on Celestia. Catburger Tomato 2-0 on Zodiac Piggies. I mean, that makes sense. Hypnos up 1-0 on Hikari.
Oh, there you go.
Mr. Lunix up 2-0 on Cross
It was also a
Canines.
tracer band. I don't know if we talked about it too much, but
We just saw.
smart pick.
Instigator and Perish Trap are 1-1 right now. Carter Garden and Zodiac Dragons are 1-1 right now. Project Nomad and Truth Nuke are 1-1 right now. Lots of action happening everywhere. I'm sure there's going to be a great day of matches in Expert. We'll see what
When is it
happens.
not?
Yeah, and the Tracer Band is locked in here from Amplify McChicken. Gonna get off the character this map.
Probably gonna assume I'm gonna assume we see a Shion, no?
Yeah, probably a Shion. I mean, they could throw McChicken on Bastion and put Noxious on something else, but I feel like that would be kind of weird as well.
On the lurks, McChicken on that Genji, let me know.
Hey, McChicken is
Probably
so
wrong, but
anyway, so
that's true.
we'll just have to wait and see what they decide to play, and we're waiting for them to get into the lobby right now as well.
But very possible to amplify as well. I mean, this is an absolutely disgusting team this season. Very curious to see how they will be doing through the rest of the season and into playoffs. Playoffs will be especially fun this year. I mean, this season. Like I know you did a post recently about how like there's not a single team that like is like undefeated, and I think that's so nice to see for the esport.
Instigator is the last undefeated team in North America, I think. I don't know if that's true, but
well, give me a second. I'll tell you if it's true or not.
I don't know if there's any undefeated teams in
Open, there's 3, but other
that
than
doesn't
that,
count. That has to happen.
okay. Well, then if you don't count that in advance, there's one team that's undefeated, but that's it.
I guess horseplay. I guess you count. Fine, you count. Sure, why not?
But in our upper 3, absolutely not a single team, and I mean that's what you need. I mean, obviously, like
Instigator's undefeated right now. Just saying.
yeah. I mean, aside from that as well, my apologies. This is great to see. I think this is also like especially what helps like teams or like let's like even regions really develop and scale. You know, I think what we saw especially last year in Europe, like to get themselves to a good spot, was not only having like good like staff like Junk Buck whatever, but also having a very close season. You know what I mean? When so many teams are that close, like you have to like and are that like competitive, whether you like it or not, you have to improve. And as such, the whole skill ceiling of the region improves.
Yeah, 100%. And getting into New Bonnie here, we'll see what these teams want to play. I think Pella could just be going back over to the ball. Maybe a Winston, but I think against Malga, you're not going to like it. Marcus staying in this map as well. No Makoto action so far this series. We'll see if that changes at any point or not.
If we go to a flashpoint, I could see the logic there. But I mean, yeah, I don't think you're probably not gonna really like it on either. But I think Ball is just a more bearable character when it comes to like getting into these quote unquote hard counter scenarios because you have that much mobility. Regime going over to the cat. Not it's gonna be the cat cast. I mean, not necessarily bad. I wouldn't hate that. Fern also going over to the Ana. Gonna assume that Graveyard will be doing the same. I don't know what we're looking at here, but
yeah, Graveyard definitely going over to the Ana. I mean, Pella's been playing the ball against Amalgam all night, just really hasn't gotten the better of it. I'm curious to see how Noxious wants to play this. Axe almost 100% going to be trying to crash out on the cast. Find a kill there, so we'll see how Regime and Noxious try and navigate the map here to keep Noxious healthy as well as outputting lots of damage on the cast.
I think a very crucial part will be this left side or right side, like left side of attack, right side of defense on the map where you have that open space. And Regime is gone, killed.
Okay, well, we'll wait for that. We'll wait for him to come back, but Avidity searching for answers, baby. Regime is back, but we have to wait the full minute. Sad times.
So I'm just waiting here, doing nothing, fucking dilly-dallying.
Dude, I have the power to run 60-second ad breaks. Should I do it?
You're just an evil person, and I think sometime in the future you will pay for your actions. But
Here,
you can't.
I'll do the prediction during the pause. Prediction.
There, you see? Instead of extorting your viewers for like absolute micro cents, you can do that instead. Red X got on the PC whole chat is getting quite active for this game. All right, let's
finally
go.
getting into the map here. Noxious still on the cast. Regime picking up the cast, and we'll see how they decide when to do this one. Just playing slow as Pella tries to get set up, but getting shot out pretty hard by Axe and Co.
We'll be okay.
Or who's doing what I did to Dawes that one BPL?
Dawes,
game.
I was just about to bring that. I was just about to bring this shit up too. Oh my god, just
around
waiting.
A little aggressive.
Where Pella, you go, I go, we Yugoslavian. That's a lyric right there. Temp low with the anti-nade.
Oh my god, he's actually doing it.
I mean, yeah, what else are you supposed to do here? Like, look, this is just evil. And it is very comedic.
I this up in a BPO game.
Fern is absolutely dead, by the way. Early pick there really should bode some confidence for the side of Avidity.
Yeah, and everyone on Amplify is so low right now. They're all going to get cleaned up in Avidity. Big way to get yourself back into the series here is a quick cap on Numbani. At this point, so hard to attack.
And I mean, when we see early caps, you at the very least, we never see falls on second, and it usually gives you a good time back into third. And oh my god, Pella with the jukes as well here, really applying that early pressure, not something that you can hate. Yeah, I think it's kind of the level of confidence or aggression that you need to play with on the side of the game.
Yeah, Pella doing a lot on the ball right now.
Also, Graveyard, look at that ult charge. Oh my god. The gap and a half if I've ever seen one.
Together fights, and tempo on the bash is going to be a big problem for this ball to try and get active here. Is looking for a hit potentially. Regime. Chicken gets the nano, and Fern is gone, and McChicken might just dump all of this into Axe. This Malga absolutely chewed through, and Avidity going to keep this moving.
Oh my
going
god.
to fall. Chungo just stalling out the point, but another fight win won by Avidity.
Now it's looking quite clean for the side of Avidity. This is the type of stuff that I was expecting from them all series, you know what I mean? Obviously, I think them going to get that Kiriko ban out is really helping, you know what I mean? So many engages that can play a bit more effective, not to worry about a Suzu or any of that nonsense.
Yeah, and Marcus is going to get cleaned up at the end of this as well. Big stagger found.
4 minutes and 20 already, I mean.
And ult's starting to come online. Noxious has this cat noon ready to go. Amplify have ults as well. This next fight truly going to be quite a few of them popped, and we'll see.
Access Cage, so we have to care that as well. That could be very dangerous in the next couple of fights here. A lot of ways to live for the side of Amplify, but Avidity also has ways to do aggressive stuff.
Noxious just poking from the high ground. Not a lot of way for Amplify to do anything about this cast. You see the high noon comes out. Nano on a tip. The cat is gone.
What a pick,
Tip
though.
finds a trade on a Noxious, and Graveyard's gone. And Pella using the mines on the point, but this ball is so low. The
Have
mines
to doubt if it was that.
just kind of going to waste here as McChicken able to clean up the Ana in the back line. So Avidity, they have a trade. Pella, a quick respawn as well. Burn going to take quite a while to get back, and McChicken trying to reset and regroup with this team. Looks like we'll be able to. Graveyard coming up on a second nano in this turn. But Amplify, tons of bolts to withstand this storm from Avidity. see
You
what they
have
want
to
to
really
do
have
here.
to
Is Tim wrapping the back line on the Bastion as well. Getting forced out really,
Oh
really
my
hard.
god. Damage still keeps going in as well.
Just keeping his Bastion
my
alive.
God.
Actually, a catnap onto Pella. Ball taken
And
off the
it
map.
works.
Really nice play from Bunker Sugar to capitalize on that mistake. Amplify continue
And
to hold this
really
one.
starting to
Time
slow
bank
things down.
down to 2 minutes 50 seconds. Pella respawning soon, but Temp looking for follow-up as McChicken gets wheeled in on the Reaper. And 2 kills found onto the Cat Bastion. That was a funny one. I don't think I see that one very often, but this cage use from Axe gonna clean up 2 in his own right. 3v3 breaking out, and Pella trying to find the Ana of Fern, but so far Fern able to stay alive. Axe really, really low.
But Axe is still low. Mind you, that's also no cage. I think cage would really help by sending this full hold towards the side of Amplify. Now not having that really sucks.
Yeah, Nosh just getting forced out really, really hard here. Has to stay up, coming up on another Cat Noon. Finally has it ready to go, this Cat. Going to wheel him in, and Tella already really low and gone.
And
Fern
dead.
does get traded, but Marcus gonna get shut down by
Marcus dead as
McChicken.
well.
Noxious needs to stay alive, just getting carried up, and Axe knows he needs
Axe
to
in that
find a
room.
trade here. Looking for this Cat or this Cass as Noxious
Can't get it, but everyone's
in
low.
the background, and Tim cleans him up with the Bastion. Ult starting to come online. McChicken forced out on the point. Pella is back as Temp falls to the Ana of Graveyard. Regime has the catnap available.
Might use it.
Axe just laying on the point as catnap comes out. Reaper pulled in. Regime has to stay alive as Fern's nano comes out onto Axe as well. This Malga not really able to find anything. McChicken gets the nano from Graveyard, and Axe may just get torn through on this point. Reaper ult could be used here, but McChicken just gonna clean him up the old-fashioned way. And finally, Avidity find their way through the second point. We'll get a third point here. They're gonna have about 2 minutes 30 seconds on the clock as well. Pella swapping over to the Orisa at this point. I mean, a much more brawl-oriented point, so I think the swap makes a lot of sense. McChicken has a Reaper ult. Bunker has a catnap. Axe coming up on a cage, but that's going to be really it for this team fight. Lots of work to be done to get these other ults available. It's going to be kind of on McChicken to will Amplify through this one. This Temp taking a ton of damage earlier.
Oh, the stun.
Cage comes out. McChicken hops in. Bunker goes really low. The cage is going to get broken. McChicken able to stay up for now.
Boston can out despite McChicken as well. Noxious so close to that Noon, but we'll get picked here instead. Might think it's if this Boston goes out here. Force out Marcus too.
Yeah, Marcus really low. Has to be careful. The whole back line of Amplify is really low right now. McChicken still has this Reaper ult.
Might just use it for this. Oh my god.
And Chimp is just getting mowed through here. Chicken trying to find the kill with his Bastion, barely able to stay up as Axe gets slept and
Graveyard's so low.
Tim Sebastian being used, looking for the back line. Regime, everyone's low. Axe able to clean up on the Juno. It's starting to walk
They
forward
still have a nano, but are they going to commit to it here? No, they won't.
And it looks like Avidity just going to give this
that's
one up.
a minute.
Pella gets chewed through, and Noxious, I mean, just staggering out a little bit, looking for a potential trade, I guess. Really need to die here, Noxious. Eventually dies, but I mean, what a brutal stagger.
And if they get a cap now, this is gonna suck so much because if they get a cap, it's with no time at all.
Yeah, but Chicken gets nano though.
What a nade!
Tip is gone. Axe gets followed up on, and these McChicken
Hey,
nanos,
what a
man.
pick.
Finding a big value so far in this series as Graveyard cleans up Fern as well. Marcus makes his way out, and one nano use. All the kills found. Graveyard, a big team fight from the Ana player. And Avidity, one team fight away from pushing this all the way in as Axe forcing McChicken out.
Temp dead.
Is cleaned up by Graveyard on the Ana. Holy cow, Graveyard really starting to turn up. Junaray does come out. Noxious in the high noon. Cleans up Marcus, and Axe dies. Divinity actually going to get time on this cap. 12 seconds. They're going to get a guaranteed overtime push. And looking up strong to potentially take Numbani here, but job is not finished. Amplify definitely can find their way back into this one.
And especially with how they've been playing, you cannot count them out at all there. I mean, it's sort of phenomenally, then became unfortunate, but thankfully they get themselves a cap of time there. The end of that map is especially, I mean, the end of this attack was what's going to keep you happy at the end of the day. That midsection was not what you wanted, but what can you do about it?
Yeah, we'll see if
Graveyard,
Avidity can find a way
Graveyard
to
also
hold.
having an absolute masterclass at the end of that attack. I mean, this did so much there. Also, chicken very clutch with that nano.
Avidity need to find a way to hold. Pella is going to be on the Arisa here. We'll see if there's any swaps from Amplify, but I think they're going to keep the same thing. And this needs to be a map win for Avidity. It needs to be a dominant one at that. They're going to be walking into push and flashpoint for the rest of the series. And those are going to be such uphill battles, especially with the first ban and going the way of Amplify as well.
No, especially I mean that's like where like their best parts is. But you need to start here and you need to win well. I think that like I agree with that heavily. I think Pella moving on to Risk is kind of like it's not a bad pick, right? I think Ball you really cannot contest the point at all to the manga. With the Risk, it's like you have a bit of a spear to mess things up, and you can also kind of live a bit more than you think you could, you know. And depending on how you want to contest Graveyard, that might give him enough space to really care for Pella.
Yeah, Graveyard. See if he can do it again on the Ana. McChicken also a really stellar round on the Reaper last round, in my opinion, as well.
Agreed.
And Avidity just need to play the time bank here. Do not give Amplify anything, as they will walk in and try and capitalize. I think damage trading with Axe, honestly, not super worth it. Axe making a move onto the back line. Noxious gets
Makes it up to
crunched.
the back line.
And that's the opener Amplify need. What a crunch from Axe and Regime. Going to die as well. And that is exactly what you didn't want to happen if you are Avidity. 3 quick kills for Amplify. McChicken finds a trade, but Graveyard really low. Pella low as well. Does actually clean up Fern as Graveyard is going to die in this team fight. And Pella has to make his way back to the point. Honestly, should probably just jump off the map. I'm not going to lie. Axe knows the Arisa's here, Pella. It is time to get off the map, son. Wait, no way. No way. The great escape. Regime saves Bella.
10,000 IQ. 10,000 IQ.
Bella doesn't have to die. I mean, holy cow.
There's still more of that that we have to show us.
Amplify just have so much time to work with, though. 5 minutes, exactly what Avidity had. Graveyard does find Marcus. Big kill for the Ana once again. Bella starting to walk forward, looking for Axe. Trying to force this Malga out. And Axe is taking so much damage. Going to get paired up. Marcus is back, ready for a fresh team fight. Ult starting to come online for both teams. Regime has a catnap relatively soon. Starting to wheel Noxious around, it looks like. Or not even Noxious around. I don't even know what he's wheeling around. I don't think it's a soul. Marcus does get anti. Pella using the ult, gonna get stuck in the cage. Nano comes out from Graveyard. His cage
just
breaks.
Destroying
Pella
Cage though so quickly.
Falls regardless. The damage from Amplify is just ridiculous. Burns Nano used in that team fight as well. So Risa Nano traded
but
for
2
the
picks.
Cage Nano. Not a horrible trade. McChicken actually is cleaning up in the backline. Cart continues to move
And
for
still
Amplify.
alive.
They have the trades. They may not have to commit ults to stop this point. It's Graveyard starting to respawn. Regime uses the catnap, doesn't find anything, actually dies. Really unfortunate death to give if you're Regime. And Amplify respawns are here as well. It's Noxious.
Noxious though.
100% in the backline.
Well, if you're gonna make a plan, if you're gonna be game plan, do it at 100% intensity. Don't be non-committed on it. McChicken's dead though. That being said, and this gets a lot more sketchy to contest. Hello.
Graveyard able to stay up as Noxious using the Noon from behind, but gets slept and immediately killed. Avidity. Bad doors as Amplify push this one all the way through. 5 minutes for the 3rd point. Things could get dicey.
We're into the greatest hold in human history to really get this done. Trade out the Bunker Chuckle might start that, but we're very uncertain. Regime now over to the Juno. Might give a bit more healing this fight as well as a speed turn. Not a bad pick.
Yeah, and Avidity, this is going to have to be the hold of a lifetime. Graveyard coming up on an Nano. Pella almost has an Orisa, and McChicken still has this Blossom. Marcus has the Mirror Blossom, and Axe coming up on a Cage. Amplify have work to do to equalize the ult economy here. And Avidity have to find a way to make this 2 fights as well.
And look at this on the side of Graveyard. We'll have the Nano Pill, we'll have that Terror. Looking to the Noxious now also going over to the show. He said it is good into the Mount, but it hasn't necessarily been the
Yeah,
greatest.
Cage does get used, but honestly, it doesn't look like it finds anything.
Took a
Pella
kite.
completely out of it. McChicken gets the Nano. Reaper Blossom helps to find Bucket Chunko as well, and Fern going to get cleaned up by the Reaper. McChicken, Fat 2K with the help of the Nano. Marcus falls late. And all this follow-up should be going the way of Avidity. McChicken does get traded, but
Axe is alive.
He's going to survive here, actually. Big play from the Malga. Great trade at the end of this. Marcus held onto his Blossom. Fern is a Nano now. Things maybe opening up here for Amplify to find a big fight win. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remain on the clock. Team coming up on a Judo Ray. Pella has the resource to help stay alive, but
getting a bit low too. Has no armor. Let's see, look at the side of Regime now. We're having that orbital. You let's be careful of this nade though as well. I think that'd be very scary.
And Tim gets the Nano. Bastion cleans up Noxious. Regime needs to survive. This orbital is online. They need to win this fight. His Axe going really low. The Graveyard is going to get traded here. Pella not able to find anything. And Regime is going to get killed as well by Bucket Chunko. We're going to end up losing this one with the Ray in the back pocket. Regime is going to stagger really hard.
And that's going to start to sting.
Tons of ults available for Avidity. Or from Amplify, I mean, to hold this one. Avidity getting a last second touch, but Chicken's dead in 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Amplify flip the script on this map and looking poised to take it now.
Yeah, I mean, definitely nowhere near the defense that you were looking for there. But more map to play, and your series life is online, so whether you like it or not, you're going to have to find yourself a solution here for sure.
Yeah, and Avidity, I don't know how to say this nicely, but they just do not look like the Avidity I watched last season. They're just like, yeah, that's about all I want to say on it. I just don't know what's going on with this team right now. It's very non-clean. It feels like 5 individuals kind of playing the game right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, and also there's just some uncharacteristic mistakes going on, like staggering, like stuff like that. Like it's really the easy stuff with this team right now, man. It's tough. It's tough to watch. Like Noxious with the flank noon, like, ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, those are like 3 team fights that you lose for free, and that's the difference between this time bank and the Amplify time bank that they have right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like everyone kind of has an idea of how they want to play, but it just does not get executed really well at all. Most of the present players I mean for definitely have been Graveyard and McChicken. Rather than that, though, like as a present about this, it just is not enough, and I do agree. Unfortunately, you just expect more of this, you know?
Yeah, and Marcus onto the Torb now for whatever reason, fella.
Haven't seen this.
Walking out onto the Orisa.
Sleep onto Axe.
And Axe may be dead here. With Avidity,
this is what you need.
Maybe a little bit of life. Noxious is traded though by Tim at this point. Needs to start getting forced. Fella walking out on the high ground. Gonna get broken, and Axe should be on his way back as well. Marcus gonna get scouted out here. Fella starting to walk the high ground. Avidity starting the point cap as well, but Axe is already back. I mean, Noxious a late respawn. McChicken's dead.
Now this is a lot scarier.
Tough way to go about this. Fella trying to stay alive. But honestly, dead in Avidity, what looks like a really big opportunity starting to
with
turn
10
into
seconds.
A massive nightmare. Someone has to touch the point. I don't know who it can be. Probably Regime, but Graveyard's already dead. Regime gets one touch. McChicken onto the point as well, but this Reaper shouldn't be able to last long as Fern dies. Regime gets another touch, and Pella's back on the ball. Graveyard swapping to the Lucio. Pella just taking so much damage. Spational comes out. Noxious one as well. Regime he's gonna touch. It's actually Graveyard who gets it, but Pella's dead.
Noxious.
Tim gets traded. I mean, Noxious finds a kill. Graveyard dead though, and it's just Regime left. And despite the trades, Amplify able to hold out here. 2 for Marcus on the Torb. And it's just too much to handle. I mean, it's a hard watch.
It's convincing. I will not lie to you. And now for the side of Avidity, it gets even worse because now your best goal is to try to get a draw with 3 minutes on the clock for them, or 2 minutes. Yeah, there you go, 3 minutes 30. It's a bit disastrous, honestly.
Yeah. There's not. I don't have anything nice to say about this half. Like I
And with how the
cut
attacks have been going, it's not good.
It just yeah, it really hasn't been great.
I feel like there's a lot to work on as a team.
Ready for battle.
A lot to decipher of really how you want to play the game. But now we're finally going into a mirror. Very curious to see how this works.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of happens here. I mean, Avidity, they still could do it, but it would just take quite
It'd be
literally the whole
generational. It would be generational. And even if you do the whole lifetime, you still have so much series to play to even get a chance at winning it. Bit of a if you can't beat him, join him type of thing right now, but let's see if that mentality or that theory really stays correct.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of happens. I mean, hey, maybe there's a world where Avidity get this miracle hold. But 3 minutes 30 seconds is a lot to do, and this Amplify team, they just look so good right now.
And their attacks have been so effective too. Like they usually win these first points quite quickly. Or at least take these good fights, first fights very well. And this don't really get traded. That's another thing to consider.
And Tip just kind of playing patient. Are going to get moved on over by Bunkachunko. Noxious on the Cat Bastion now.
Look at this turn soon.
I mean, it's basically just a
gonna
straight
full
up
wrap it.
mirror. Avidity playing the if you can't beat him, join him. Pella gonna have a lot of resource forced out
Noxious
early as
low.
Noxious is
Noxious
already
dead.
gone to Temp. Hey,
Temp low,
McChicken
though,
though,
Temp dead.
big trade, but this Reaper has to
Look,
stay
McChicken
alive
live.
here. Amplify looking
might
for the
get two
follow-up,
almost.
but McChicken stays up. 4v4 on the point. Axe trying to force it. Pella just poking from an off angle. McChicken able to stay alive for now as Bunkachunko looking for a trade into the back line. Pella,
Low
be
sleep
careful
off the
not to
Pella.
fall here as Nade comes out onto Axe and Fern. Gonna get TP'd on
And
by
Fern low.
McChicken, dies. And it looks like Avidity should buy themselves a
Oh my
fight here.
god, McChicken, they're fighting as well.
Tip does clean
Pella
up
dead
Pella.
though. Blossom might be your
Oh,
attention.
Nano, I don't know about this one. Big blunder from
You might need to
Graveguard, this
commit.
Nano. Not gonna find ample value.
Axe, if Axe dies, it gets value, but it doesn't. And now you're gonna really be
Yeah,
like,
now you
really
are
pushing
Nano-less going into the next fight. Timto is going to get cleaned up by Noxious.
But when you do
trade's
this-
found. Graveyard kills Bunkachunko too, so 3 minutes 30
Now
seconds.
this is
We're
very
now
different.
at 2 minutes. And you still have quite a lot of ults to use. I mean, you used your Nano, but that doesn't mean you're out of it. It would just once again is
Yeah, I
going to
think
take
the
kind of a
concern
mirror.
though is like now look at Axe. Axe will have a cage here. Bunker will have that tower, so will you. It's just they're gonna build 5, and how do you answer that? You have to go a bit earlier to get a really good trade early before they can really even connect all those fights.
You have to win fights without ults.
I mean, look at them. They're taking their sweet time. We'll be down to a minute 40 here. Fight might be taking at around a minute 20 depending.
And all the ults are online for Amplify now.
Made.
Almost there. Graveyard is really building
Look
a
at that.
Nano,
Axe
by
is
the way.
solo. Axe is solo.
And the cat has that from
Regime.
Doesn't find anything. This cat has to stay alive.
No, but lives.
Pella
The Purr
doing
is
it
so
as
good
well as
there.
Axe gets the Nano, looking for this cage. And it's gonna find Noxious.
The cage and answer
Bastion
Noxious
gone,
dead.
but Reaper roll from McChicken gets
Oh,
canceled and off the
McChicken
map.
dead.
Pella dies, and I think Amplify gonna find it here. All the ults get used. The successful fight win is they complete the 3-0 of Avidity.
Well played. I mean, Amplify came into the series knowing what they wanted to do, and they got it done very effectively. Congrats to like Avidity though. At the end of that defense, he's actually mirroring the conflict a lot better, but simply is not enough. And a bit like I'm a bit shocked. I didn't think it'd be a 3-0 like that.
Yeah, I didn't think it
I
was
was
going to
not
be this
expecting
one-sided either. I mean, Amplify really showing that they are the serious contender that they've proven here. This is a big win for them to get. Re-legitimizes them in Avidity. It is back to the drawing board. That is just a tough loss.
Especially like like to swallow that. I mean, oh, it's gonna hurt. But you have to keep playing. You have to keep going forward. And I think more than anything, you need to find an answer because it does not feel like everyone really is on the same page as much as you like it to be.
Yeah, I don't really, I'm not going to speak for their issues because honestly, I don't really know what the issues are. But hey, it is just a tough one for Avidity. And honestly, I kind of want to hop into this Artemis game, so I think I'm going to because I have
Son. Debatably, but yeah.
And I need to fill out this ticket really quickly. Where's FaceIt? Where's FaceIt? Where's FaceIt? Broadcast support. Help me. Broadcast. Help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. Master. This match room. Here. Bang. Profile. Me. Bang, bang, submit. Alright, they'll hopefully get us into this one soon. And we can go into another game, but yeah, what a dominant victory. I mean, it really just speaks more about Amplify, in my opinion, than Avidity. Avidity have shown they can get wins and they can be competitive. I mean, they've struggled so far this season, but Amplify are just obviously proving that they are at that next level. They are at the Nightmare Exo level. That Amplified Exo game is going to be quite a banger later in the season. Tanuki and Artemis debatably up there as well.
No, definitely. I mean, it's good. It's good. They're definitely a scary team, and you have to watch them. Seriously. After a win like that, especially, they've at the very, very least earned our respect here, without a doubt, in our minds. And it's Artemis versus who, you said?
It's Artemis versus Tanuki.
And that's just the banger one, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one we're talking about for the night. What's the score?
1-1. They're in map 3 right now.
We'll be keeping an eye on that. I'll try to see if there's anyone streaming. I think there's one person. I'll try to see if the situation is there. I will be back.
And I will update this. This is 1-2, I believe. Map series is incorrect, but that's okay. And I will just get into this one. Sorry guys, I am prodding it up on the side. You know how it is around here. Hopping into the lobby mid-ground is tough. But Synth got me, so we're good. We're hopping into this next one. Although if Artemis do win this, I have to update the score because I checked the score on Vex's stream and I just thought they had already lost, but looks like they haven't. So maybe I spoke too soon. Who knows? But hey, hopefully we got another banger on our hands. And we will be getting added to this one as well. Make sure the score is right on the side. And Thanos arrive. I'm here. And yeah, it looks like Artemis do lose. Map 2. So, looking for a comeback here. Down 2 maps. They choose King's Row. They ban out either Symmetra or Lucio. I think it is Lucio taken away by Artemis. I think that would make the most sense to me. I'm going to pull this up, and quickly input the right scores for the maps. This was this, probably. This was that, actually. Circuit Royale was Artemis win. Score Circuit Royale Artemis. I'm just gonna say like 3-1, sure. And then Hybrid, they just played push on New Queen Street. That was a Tanuki win. And then Hybrid on King's Row. We're going to that one now. Here's the map series right now, guys. Take a look at this one, and I will get the bands locked into the in-game overlay as well.
What is El Scorio to win?
2-1 Tanuki.
2-1 Tanuki. There we go. I'm getting upper hand
Bands this
there.
map
Do
are
not
Symmetra
worry.
or Lucio. I think Tanuki took out Symmetra.
Give me the match room. Free.
I don't really know who took out Lucio. I'm just gonna guess. W guess. Oh, I'm throwing it in prod chat. There it is. Second match room. We changed the title as well. We'll get into this one. Versus Tanuki. Okay. Let's get into this one. Waiting on these team comps to come in. Artemis are down on map. They did win their map pick. It looks like Tanuki is also won their map pick. So it looks like every team has won their map pick and ban. Go figure. Hopefully we have a good one though. See what happens.
I mean, very clearly so far it has been. Also seeing Azure in probably gonna be on the SIG, and exactly that. One of my favorite tanks to watch, definitely. As well as seeing manually. Very, very happy to see that name again.
Yeah, manually is a bit of
flashback.
I'm so happy.
Manually is a phenom. No, without a doubt.
Season, but the level of play is just so strong this season across all Masters. I think there's 10 teams that could realistically do something this season.
But that's no reason to be careless.
I'd say. Just so much talent. It's the toughest season of Masters so far, in my opinion. So, see what happens here. We'll see who can come out on top of the series. Artemis need to even it up. Square going over to the May. And it's going to be a Sigmir on King's Round. I'll tell ya, I've seen what Dion's been able to do on these maps before, and it was scary.
I think both of these things are very scary on the Sig here. Taking their early turn here, also even having to play on that Sig high, and seems like just going to both play the mash it.
Yeah, they're just going to rotate this high ground. Mark's
really
facing all the way through it manually.
Do they know?
Maybe not. Maybe
dead.
sleeping a little bit. The Sojourn killed by Azure. Ambe really, really low as well, and Artemis just forcing their way through this.
I mean, to be credit where it's due, that's one of the fastest takes I've ever seen of this height. You're really taking absolutely full advantage of these Juno rings in a way I have not seen very commonly.
Xcale's lurking inside a hotel here. There's a big opportunity for a recontest.
Trying to get a rotate, maybe force something out. Her square looking a bit low, but we'll be okay.
And Hanbei's gone.
Rock onto the Hanbei.
Really starting to clean house on the Sigma. Still a +1 fight for Artemis. They need to find a way to convert this. They're really, really healthy as well.
Ascale going top right, trying to contest the other lane here. At the very least, put more pressure onto Azure. Rock goes a bit wide, but look at Amadou on this corner here. Basically, the Sofa of doom and despair.
Back, but Xcal cleans up the Sojourn regardless. But Dion dead.
Dion
dead. Wins this fight for Artemis in the neutral. Marduk's really, really low, but unable to get traded by Xcal. And Artemis break this one through 5 minutes, 17 seconds to work with on the second point.
And I mean, look at them. They're just going, man. They're just going. And really, really love the tempo that they're putting up right now. Ult situation will be seeming that there is a massive advantage on the Mizu ult from the side of Floopy versus Social. Fluxes seem to be the same other than that though. And keep it on Xcal as well.
Yeah, Xcal.
Keep it on Azure right now. We're going to have that Flux. Don't really know if we want to go early with it, but that 15% will really add up.
Oh my god,
they will take it.
Finds so much.
Manually low. Manually dead.
Manually is gone. Azure starting to feel it on the Sigma. Artemis, another fight.
When is Azure not feeling it on the Sigma? That's a better question. Rock gone there as well. You're getting pressure on the lane, hindered as well. Oh my god, it's everything.
Dion throws the Flux into this, and it finds Azure a second onto Square as well. Amadou though finds a trade onto Hanbei. Remember, Manually is dead so far, but Amadou does get cleaned up by Social. Artemis back to the drawing board here. They got it halfway through the second point. They have ults coming online as well, but so do Tanuki. Everything but the Flux is available for both teams.
I mean, hey, you said it yourself, right? You've got to be careful of Dion on the Sig, and that's an exact reason why it's going to be 4 ultimates versus 3 possibly. We don't see what taking turns yet. I think this mail is going to matter so much.
And Xcal on the backline with the Reaper ult, but gets shut down by Artemis. Really, really nice turn from everyone. Now Kirosh being thrown in by Hanbei. Blizzard used. Dion able to kite this one out. Does create space for Artemis to work with though. But everything's already been used as Amadou cleans up manually. Had the only ult left in the lobby, by the way. Artemis continuing to try and walk this one down, and Social may be gone here. I'm not going to lie. Getting so much care though. And able to stay up. Amadou on a really aggressive angle as well.
Look at this Flux charge from the side of Dion here. Oh my god, gonna have another one.
Yeah, Dion is going so low. Gets traded by Square. Azure's still up. Social really, really low. As Square really needs to find something from this off angle. Manually using the overclock. Doesn't find anything so far though. And Azure gonna use the Flux. It finds quite a few.
Gets a lot of them.
Gone. Manually really, really low on the high ground as well. Azure looking for the kill, but Square gets cleaned up.
But this is getting so scrappy. I think Dion will be back now.
Yeah, Manually is just so low on this high ground though. If someone can clean it up. It's a big opener for Artemis. And Amadou is going to find the kill under the Soj. Dion back to
and now we'll have the space for themselves.
But you have to think Artemis have finally done enough to get this one through. But Dion says winnable. Flux and Amadou going to go down. Dion absolutely pounding on the Sigma so far. Kills just cannot get secured for either team right now.
Oh my god, what a rock.
Gonna do Marduk so low, and Artemis. I just think they're running out of gas in the tank right now. It's Azure. So low on the high ground. Able to stay up for now, but all the ults getting thrown into this one. Both flex support ults used as well. Marduk's so low with the Ray. Doing so much healing. And nothing is found in that ult exchange at all. Artemis are being held by Amplify so far. Dion, though, getting so low. Suzu perfect from Hambe. Keep the Sigma up as both the Zuki ults come out and Square dies to Social. Azure coming up on another Flux.
Finally gets it.
grabs
Oh my god, the
Dion.
walk again. What a dodge!
X got one as well. And
So low,
Artemis
Dion
killed
dead.
the Sig. Amadou traded
And
them.
they've been fighting this for so long.
How long is this team fight going to last? Social
They
dies.
refuse to die.
And you have to think the
Hambe
Curie is
low.
next to go, but the Hambe just can't fall. X-Scout cleans up Mardox too, and this Reaper is so low. So is
Manually
the
so
Soj.
low.
And it finally all gets cleaned up, and
That'll be
Artemis,
it.
they win
The most
team
scrappy I have
fight.
seen for those couple of meters. Oh my god.
I'm watching the
Both
fight
teams are scared
break
to
out
play.
2 minutes ago, by the way, on the 2 minute delay.
Trade City, both sides refusing to die here. What a rock, really going aggressive on the side of Dion, but will be alive still. Flow perk also massively buffs. And I mean, this lane, you have to try to like do something. Either force the rest of the team out or force Azure out because this is just easy. Also, May coming out from the side of XL as well. Amadou with this OC getting one. Might think I have to get more. Forcing out manually now.
Yeah, shots
Not afraid to go
landing
for it.
manually. Just catch one.
Getting it,
X-Scout
but look at
so
the rest of
low.
the team. They're all
Everyone is
so low.
so
This is the
low.
room of death.
Oh, and X-Scout falls. Azure, though, a little over-aggressive.
Azure!
He's going to get traded as Hambe does die.
And Dion's still alive with a good amount of HP. That overextension might really be fun.
Amadou, absolutely no fear peeking manually.
And honestly, it's the type of like, I say aggression that I really respect. Sometimes might get you killed, but sometimes might be the reason why you win. I mean, look at these dodges. Standing in front of 3 people is not a concern.
Also, Mega Ninja thank you
What's
for
up?
the raid. So much, brothers. Dion gets rocked out of the Flux. Big
What
rock
a
from
rock.
Azure. Dion
And
now
Dion
on
so
the
low.
back foot here, really, really low. As all the ults getting popped,
What a-
Amadou cleans up manually, who just popped the overclock. Hambe trying to
What
keep
a
everyone
wall.
alive in the
What a
carriage.
wall.
Mardox's Juno Ray just doing so much for Artemis in terms of creating
And then you
space.
have to like, even if they don't go into the room, I mean, look at it. Look at where Card is. You have to fight for that for some degree, no?
And Azure gonna try and rock the May. Cleanup needs to be found. Floofy
Get
is
it.
gonna find X-Scout. Artemis trying to get this one all the way in. Social, last ditch Mizuki ult.
A better sanctuary.
It's traded by Floofy's, and Social is going to fall here. Artemis, they're finding the kills this time. No prolonged team fight. Dion back
Doomfist.
on the Doomfist, but Artemis, it's already done.
Dead.
A minute on the bank. Looking to send this to a 5th map.
A lot of grit and a lot of aggression coming out from the side of Artemis. They really, really love to see it. You would have maybe think that the time knife would have been a bit better if that second point was not as tooth and nail as it was. But good decision overall. I mean, you are not unhappy with how you played that attack. Now it's really like, can you have yourself a really good defense? That's what's gonna matter. You have a lot of opportunities to, but you're also going into a team that won't make it easy for you with Tanuki.
Yeah, Tsuki are a really,
A lot
really
of
good
confidence.
team.
Also, more than anything, I think Artemis plays with a phenomenal amount of confidence.
They do, and I think the big thing is on King's Row. I think it's expected that you do cap. It's a good job by Artemis getting that minute on the bank, but definitely not out of the woods yet. They need to have a good defense here. I really like Square on the May. He is going to go back to it here. I think it really caused problems for Dion.
The comp stays the same, and I don't really see an issue, reason why not to. Only thing that changes is Mardox going over to the Kiri.
Yeah,
Bit
off
of a test there.
the Juno, and Amadou has left the game. Wow, wow.
You think the Maywall has something to do with it? Is this the great theory? The great Maywall theory?
I have no clue.
Dude.
But I guess we'll wait for this one to start again.
We shall. Not like we got a lot of other options, but hey.
Best 2 Sig players in Masters Mirror? Potentially. There's a lot of great Sigmas in Masters, though. But Azure and Dion are both very, very strong. I like Dion. I think Dion
Especially
is
mechanically.
so well
Especially
right now.
mechanically, I think both Sigs are very, very good. Especially Azure's a player that I've known obviously from Team Canada. What like from a bit of the knowledge I know from that, a very, very impressive mechanical player when it comes to tanks.
And Artemis looks like they're going to go
Yeah,
and hold the high ground.
Were we
Amadou's not
fine?
back. Oh, he is here finally.
Oh, cool.
Speak of the devil. Should be able to get here in time for a good hold. Hambe going over to the Ana potentially. I think we are not going to see Ana.
Who knows? We really won't. We really won't. I know we won't. But imagine if we did. I'll be honest, I really like Mordox's play with the Juno on the offense. I think that was very good. I mean, helped him get some rotations easier, right? You don't get that with Juno, but you get with a lot more consistent stuff with Suzu as well as the legend.
And Ambe.
So low already.
He's keep social alive. Social really low. Amadou has to form the hotel space. Is Dion forcing
Rock
the
out to
point here,
Dion.
not rotating to the high ground. Is X-Cal
Amadou dead though.
cleans up the Soj. Dion though kind of low on the point. Azure doesn't want to drop from the high ground. I think they need to wait for the Amadou link respawn as long as possible before they drop it. Fluffy getting cleaned up here. Not going to be a great way to do that. Tanuki should be able to cap this first point fairly quickly while going to prohibit the touch of Azure. And Artemis have to hold the close choke. It's Tanuki basically immediately capped the point.
Similar story to what we saw on the factory side of Artemis. Will be a similar end as well, though. That's what we consider here. Look at that right side, really getting off the right side of Artemis, trying to maybe fight that lane that X-Cal is on right now. But turning back to main, you're trying to get a turret to Dion. Don't get the wall, but get the chain.
And Artemis' turret doesn't find anything. Amadou able to stay up. Rock lands on Azure, but Amadou kills Ambe. Big pick for the Soj player. Angle's starting to be collapsed on by all of Tanuki. X-Cal is going to fall. Mardox finds the kill, and Artemis start to hold strong here on the second point. This choke is so oppressive to get through. It's something that Tanuki did not have the opportunity to hold themselves. And Artemis using it very, very well to start stalling time off of this block. And if they get this time to 0 seconds, they do get a non-mirrored overtime attack, by the way. Just saying. And Amadou, really aggressive overclock. X-Cal cleans up the Soj.
Azure with this flux though. Does not kill him, but Dion does die. But this
freeze thrown in by X-Cal, but Blue be able to stay up. Does fall to social though.
Blue be dead.
Suzuki is so far in the back line. Both May blocks are used. Azure's still up though. Mardox needs to be careful. Social going to be able to find the kill is Square. Trades social.
Mail's good there,
just trying to stabilize a little bit here. Rock's found, but manually finds the May, and Dion cleans up Azure. Tanuki finally break through the choke, and Amadou has to regroup.
Now the concerning part is, even though the hold was pretty close to them and they didn't get a lot of time off of that, you have to consider Artemis has no ults. Absolutely none. Azure's closest, and that's at 50%. When you look on the side of Tanuki, they have 3, and I think they're going to be using that advantage holding this close here, and I think they can probably win 1 or 2 fights on Artemis. Otherwise, we see something massive from the side of Artemis, which is definitely not.
Yeah, Manly has this overclock. I think he's going to flank to the left with it here. After this fight starts getting developed, but it's going to use it from main, and Amadou gets absolutely cut down. Dion, though, taking a lot of damage. Social, too, really, really low, but manually finding a second here. Should be able to clean this team fight up as Mardox so low. Just looking to die on the cart, and Azure looking to live with a Sig might not even make it out. Tanuki really hunting this down. And Azure just going to be the fattest stagger of all time. Tanuki pushing this one in. They're going to have 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play with on the third point. Looking very, very good so far on this map. And Artemis, they need to find some way to stop the bleeding. Ult's starting to come online. They have the flux. Tanuki already have basically everything, though. Kirish thrown in from Hambe. Dion starting to walk forward here. Klupi gets caught by the rock and Square. Gets chained. Urger using the flux. Finds the May, but that's it, and Square is going to fall here. Tanuki trying to push this one in. Dion looking for the follow-up with the flux of his own as Manly finds a second in this fight.
Manly gets 2 again. I mean,
Kirish thrown in by Mardox is social.
4 minutes.
Uses the Sanctuary, and Azure falls. Klupi and Mardox could be the biggest staggers of all time here. Sanctuary to try and keep them up, but Mardox dies anyway. Amadou, fresh respawn. But Square does find the trade. Both Mayles used on the point, but Klupi's already gone. Azure going over to the Doomfist, but Square just going to die here.
This is good, but oh my god, the rock of Doom.
Azure, I mean, a little last second touch, but I mean, that's going to be about all this becomes.
Dion. What? Oh.
Amadou using the overclock here. I mean,
is it all though?
X-Cal able to stay up. Luffy does fall, and Square touching one last time, but Tanuki pushed this one in. 3 minutes on the clock. They're looking to end this one right here and right now. Artemis can just not get any momentum going on the defense.
I mean, and it's exactly as what we were talking about, no? With being very, very careful. You can get yourself a great, like, you can get yourself a good attack, but you need an even better defense, which did not happen there. With 3 minutes of the clock versus 1, it's going to be a bit dicey for Artemis, but it is something they're going to have to overcome regardless. Depending on how these fights go, if they go correctly in your favor, you can get yourself at least to the second point here, and if you do, you can maybe delay enough of it their clock.
Yeah, we'll see
We're
what
just getting
Artemis is
phenomenal
able
first point
to
hold.
do here. I mean, we're going to
I
start
think
out
the
on
first
the
hold was
attacking
pretty
end.
okay if they didn't get traded off so much. Maybe something more fun.
This is an attacker's advantage spot, I'm pretty sure.
Further investigation.
Artemis
think?
win map 4 off of attacker's advantage. Call it.
No leaks, but Parker has rigged the entirety of FaceIt and knows the result every single match before it happens. FaceIt is corrupt. Contact a representative near you. Hashtag ban PC nerf.
Dude, what did I do?
You rigging the whole league, bruh. You know everything.
Well, we'll see if Artemis can find a map win here. This is going to be the end of the series. I mean, hey. Do or die time.
And now it's really, can the team show up to this level? They showed up on that attack and they show up on this defense as well. Have to be careful. Taking the turn here, shield is almost essentially gone from the side of the shield. Very slowly focused. I think they're for a very similar game plan of going under.
Yeah, no, I
here.
mean, Artemis going to the high ground
Oh
this
my
time.
God, what a
Dion
rock.
punishes the rotate. Mardox is gone in Asia. I mean, set up, but needs to find some way to
Another place
stabilize.
to play for it.
The social gets traded.
Social
Amadou,
dead.
big pick found. But needs to make sure he doesn't get
Amadou.
traded as Mardox is respawned. Going to start healing
Now,
up the Soj.
That's
Excal
neutral.
able to stay up.
Icebox them.
Big headshot found on Amadou, but Artemis Soj able to stay alive. Starting to get active on the flank as well.
And Excal
Amadou
dead.
Cleans up Excal. Artemis, they look like they found this first fight win. Not to
Playing
speak
with a
too
very
soon.
much needed intensity here, trying to get a win. But look at Social swinging the corner here. Getting a bit low, but Amadou is alive still. Walling it off. They at least need the cap.
Yeah, shot not found, but Dion is
Dion
going to
getting
fall
rocked, and
here
that'll be
late.
it.
That's going to be an OT respawn. Artemis should be able to swing around this choke early as well. Someone has to get on the point, though.
Assume that responsibility will be falling over to the side of where? Or no, Mardox. Definitely Mardox. But that being said, with Mardox on the point, you have to be careful of not going over intensity.
Yeah,
because
Hanbei
you
is a
do not have speed
really,
to
really
get through.
early Curie Rush as well, so.
They might be aware of that. Depends. Azure will have a much needed flux that is early for them as well. Other than that, though, yeah, neutral. Excal getting rocked out, but we'll be okay still. Azure's taking a lot of space on that lane top there. I mean, look at the rotate here. Let's be careful that the whole team doesn't get caught off guard with this.
Yeah,
Flux
flux
inside
out
of
from
Azure.
Azure.
Gets Excal, but no one
But
else.
Amadou's dead.
Amadou's
Immediately
dead,
gets
but
traded,
so
so
is
neither
Manually.
team has a Soj. Hanbei still has his Curie Rush, though. And this
The
wall
wall
is
is
just
so
so
good.
good from Excal. Square falls, 2 for
Social gets so many.
This cart not gonna be able to get touched as Tanuki. I mean, they're gonna win the fight regardless. And going to hold out on the second point, but Artemis, they've given themselves a little bit of life to play with here.
Definitely. I mean, you're gonna get at least some, like, if depending on how the fights go, you get yourself one fight on point, right? And then maybe one fight on corner or in that second space, and that is not bad for you. That really is not bad for you. But you have to play very, very well because the opportunity to mess up is far greater favorable for the side of my apologies, Tanuki than it is for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of time to burn here. I mean, you got to make this first fight take at least 2 minutes, in my opinion. 2
Yes,
minutes
I mean, listen,
is your
like you
baseline.
can't crumble, like you can't lose your time completely. You can lose your time on first because if you do that, I think you set yourself for an absolute disaster. Because even if you hold the next couple of fights well, they will build 5, and if they win one fight off of 5 ultimates, they just get checkpoint. And so
Yeah, and Artemis, I
Good
mean, it's
first
very
point
much the
hold.
same thing. Mardox is playing the Juno, though. Hanbei sticking it out on the Kiriko, building the rush a little bit faster than the Ray. I mean, it's just how the ults build, but could very much help Tanuki at least find this first point, if not a second fight here, if they're able to win one early. Artemis just can't mess up. See what they can do.
that being said, though, I think the Mardox pick on Juno is not bad because it seems that Artemis is playing a lot more comfortably with his Juno pick. They get to have their speed rings around the healing quite consistent as well. So there is opportunities for both sides here. You lose something to gain something else. And not taking too much damage, you're playing sneakily. Might be going for a similar play that Artemis once went for on their attack as well. Or maybe you're just gonna be sending Dion over to the point here. Two very different versions of a take. But then look at Azure's pick. He's playing on the top right high ground, not playing with their May.
And Dion just forcing
But
the
Azure's
point
very,
for
very
now.
low.
Square drops, but
Someone
he's
has to
so
drop
low.
Square. But
team
alive.
gonna have to drop to help support this.
Dion.
Rock
Rock up
finds
Azure.
Azure, and Dion trying to stay up, but taking quite a lot of
So
damage
low.
here. Square's gonna need a lot of care. Using the wall to stay up.
Marduk's
Marduk's
low
1
as
HP
well.
as well. Square is gonna
Square's
fall.
dead. Oh,
Marduk's dies, and Artemis, they did not accomplish the assignment here. Time would be a big problem going on to the second point.
If the cap is fully done, I mean, Azure low, but dead now.
Yeah,
And
Floopy
that
dies,
should
and
be
Amadou
it.
able to live, but 2
And now
minutes
look at
remain
it.
on this clock. They got to win quite a few team fights in order to hold this one.
Good side of Artemis, you might want to
Should be
win this
going
right
to
here.
Tanuki as well. As Azure going over to
Azure.
the Zarya. A little last-ditch swap, I think. Amadou, you can't get
Oh my
staggered.
god, the rock. We're
Dion
going
is-
to went through the roof of that
Dion is just a
thing, that
force
one.
on this character. I've seen enough. This guy's a freak.
Without a doubt in my mind that statement is true. I'm going to go for that left side there. Won't even get an opportunity for that, unfortunately. And for the side of Azure, you're playing very selfishly with bubbles. But you do make it less fun for the Sig player.
And Wall's out. I mean, Dion's
Oh my
gonna
God,
get
what a
hunted
corner.
down pretty hard here. The Sig so low, but Square's the
lose the
one who
turn.
dies. Azure really won as well, and all the ults getting dropped in by Tanuki. This may just end the map. Azure so split, but XCal does
Azure's
die.
the
Zarya eventually does fall. Kirish thrown in from Hanbei. Artemis need kills now, but Marduk's dies. Flux from Dion. Just doing too much, and Tanuki
Wait a minute. Still
haven't
alive.
secured it yet. I mean, Amadou in the overclock is going to fall.
We'll
Floopy
do it
dies,
now.
and finally they secure it. They don't want to let go of this #1 spot. And they're going to hold on to it for at least a day longer. A 3-1 victory over the #3 seed Artemis.
But definitely will fall from the side of Artemis as well. Tanuki, though. Stand high, stand tall, and get yourself that win, baby. There you go. You keep yourself undefeated, and you keep yourself as a very, very scary team of Masters.
Yeah, Tanuki just look way too good. I mean, Dion is just a force of nature.
No question about it. And I assume that would also be your MVP?
Yeah, I would go with the Dion MVP in this one. I mean, we only watched one map, but
So it's a bit unfair.
that was a Sig masterclass from wire to wire. Azure looked honestly really good in the mirror, but I think once XCal went over to the Mei and there was mirrored like kind of pressure going on both Sigmas, I think Dion just looked way good. And it felt like Artemis was kind of scrambling to find answers, and they just couldn't put the pieces together. But hey, I still think they played a very commendable series. So
Yeah, very respectable. I think a lot to learn from in that series as well for the side of Artemis. But yeah, I mean, Dion, I mean, if you didn't know the name, now you know. I mean, you kind of should know the quality of that player. But yeah, I mean, even on the side of Dion, just very, very good players from coming out from the rest of Tanuki. I mean, what do you not love about that roster? Manually getting active a good amount of times. Social being very, very good on the Mizuki as well. Hanbei, tricky. XCal, very impressive on the Mei.
yeah, XCal, I did not. I don't know everyone's name by heart, you know. So I had not. I've heard of XCal, but like I've never seen XCal play, and XCal just is so impressive as a player. Like holy cow. This
Oh, yeah,
guy,
definitely.
absolute demon. I'm not gonna lie. It says last time he was active was 2024. Jesus Christ. It's been a while, but hey, showing that he is quite the player here. And Tanuki continue to top the #1 of expert for now. I mean, I guess things could change, and I actually set their score to 0. Wow. Holy burger.
Good on you.
Holy burger. But yeah, I mean, they looked way too good for this series. And I think they're kind of proving to everyone that they are now the team to beat. I mean, they're going to have they're going to have a match with Nightmare where they are potentially, the favorite. That's kind of ridiculous, considering Nightmare is such a stacked roster. That's what we're working with right now. That's where we're at in FaceIt Masters. Things are devious, but hey, hopefully we'll get through it all
I mean,
together.
it's probably some of the most competitive. I think it might be some of, if not the most competitive we've seen FaceIt Masters, right? I mean, like, there's no team that you can just sit there and say, oh, yeah, by a good margin or anything. Like, they're better than everyone else, because that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Your best teams are 8-2.
I 100% agree. And I'm kind of feeling no interview today. I don't really feel like doing one. We only watched one map anyway. I don't really have anything I'd want to ask. But besides that, we got the back-to-back in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow. Undetermined match. I'll let everyone know. Join the Discord server. You guys know how it is. You have to join the Discord.
Mandatory.
Because it's It's the best place on earth. So get in the Discord server. I typed it in chat. Go ahead and join. Follow Amigo on Twitter. It's below his profile picture. Follow me on Twitter for updates, power rankings, everything in between. Fun facts that I find passion about tweeting and just tweets. So yeah. Besides that, you guys know the drill. Thank you so much for watching. It was a pleasure as always. 2 great matches, 2 big wins in Masters today, and we will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye bye.